Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Oh, my goodness. You all are ready today. Hi, I'm so glad to see everyone. All right, let's see who's here. I saw, it's like right before I went live, I saw Yvonne. In here. And now I see Theodore Linda. Good morning, everyone. It says waiting for. Oh, okay. Thank you. Because I saw your chat, but I knew I hadn't officially gone live yet. So I was like, can she see me? Because I was like, make sure I didn't have lipstick on my teeth and stuff. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. It is beautiful here. As many of you know, I live in Maryland. And I'm right outside of Washington, D.C. And I don't know if you have been watching the news, but the mayor of D.C. is an African-American woman named Mayor Bowser. And she painted this big, beautiful Black Lives Matter sign, like up and down a major street in D.C. I don't know if you saw that, but I'm having a beautiful Saturday just because I woke up to that on the news. Like, I just thought that was so amazing that she did that. And right in Washington, D.C., like the heart of politics is this big Black Lives Matter sign. So that made me feel so happy today. So yeah, my Saturday's going well. So, hi, Adrian. Yes. Oh, thank you, Adrian, for reminding us. Yes, tell us where you're from. We always have new people here every Saturday, so let us know where you're from and let us know how you're doing. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling on this Saturday? Hi, Erica. Good morning. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so let me know how you are feeling. Yes, Adrian, did you see it? It was amazing. So I am having a great Saturday today. Oh my goodness. All right. How do we do with our life work? Do you all remember what the life work was? I had life work too, because you all challenged me to make a Facebook group. So we have a Facebook group, y'all. Yes, I'm so excited. If this is your first time, we have a Facebook group now. It's called Success Saturdays. It is on Facebook. Just search it, Success Saturdays. It should come up because I don't think there's any other group with that name. And I don't know if you've been looking in that group, but I've been trying to post every day around our topic. So that's what I'll try to do from now on. I'll try to post about the previous Saturday and try to post to get ready for the next Saturday. I tried to do a watch party, but y'all, that didn't work out. I think with the watch party, it has to be a Facebook video, at least that's how it appears to be. So, but I did put last Saturday's session in there for you to watch. So please, everybody, engage in the Facebook group. I'm going to put the life work there. I'm going to put I put an encouraging song in there. So just continue. And I want us to talk in there too. So that is our own private group. So I'm so excited about that. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, everybody. All right. So I'm glad you're well. Please remember to put where you're from and how you're feeling in the chat. Where are you from and how you're feeling? All right. So we're going to start off today. I'm so excited with a quick life work check. Okay, this is day 4. We've been doing this for 4 Saturdays. So shout out to all of you who have been here every single Saturday. You are doing so well. Shout out to you. For those of you who are new, my name is Lakisha Cover. I am a certified life coach, and my favorite hobby is planning. So that's why my channel is Lakishaloves2plan. I wrote a book that a lot of you have, so thank you for supporting me. I wrote a book called Try Success, It Won't Bite, and we'll talk about what bite means in a minute. I wrote this book, and it is about principles that I have used in my own life. So I'm not talking about anything that I haven't done myself to make my life better. I grew up very poor in Washington, D.C., struggling, was during the crack cocaine era. I used to see like my family and my friends walking up and down the street like zombies. You talking about The Walking Dead? That's how it was in the hood during the crack era. And I had no hope. I had a family member tell me I wasn't going to be anything in life but barefoot and pregnant. I even had a gun put to my head before. I came from a very tumultuous, crazy environment, and I was not expected to, one, live, and to, two, do anything with my life. And I was able to become the first person in my family to graduate from college. I was able to be one of the only women in my family who has been married for a long time to one person, and I have kids by this one person. Not saying that, you know, single parenting is bad, but these are the things that I had to overcome in my mind and decide in my mind that I wanted to do for my life. So I made a decision that I wanted to be married to my best friend. So I married my best friend, and we had, and it's been ups and downs and trials and tribulations, but we stayed together. We stuck it out, and that took work. That took like some inner work, because I had some inner demons in here. I had some inner struggles in here, and it really, really took some work for me to work through being in a relationship with someone. Like, that's real. Like, being in one relationship with one person for a long time, it's a struggle. I don't know if y'all out there with me, it's a struggle. But I was able to work through all of that inner turmoil to be able to have a healthy relationship with somebody. That's just real talk, y'all. So all of these things I was able to do because I followed some principles that I believe that it was divine. It was divine impartation of some knowledge that God had given me, because I really didn't have any mentors. I had no mentors telling me how to do this and when to do it. I didn't have anything. So in 2013, it came on my heart to start to write a book about my life. And guess what? You have a book in you. We all have books in us. Everybody on this earth, you can write a book. You can write a book. This was not hard. You can do it. Your life is worth putting in writing and sharing with somebody and giving your testimony so you can help somebody. Your life, what you're living now, it will help somebody. So direct message me in Instagram. You want to know how I wrote this book? Direct message me on Instagram. I share with everybody, because guess what? This was a challenge too. Nobody shared with me. I didn't have a mentor telling me how to write a book. Like, nobody shared that with me. I'll share it with you. I don't mind. It's really easy. So thank you for this book. So this whole series is based on this book. Now, we have developed a community here. So I have asked people to bring a pen and a paper, because we learn a lot here. And I say even make a journal or planner into your Success Saturday planner so you can keep all your learning in one place. So make sure you get your pen and paper out as I talk. If you don't have it out now, get your pen and paper out now. I am a life coach. I am here to hold you accountable to what you're supposed to do. And speaking of accountable, we're going to have a life work check, because I don't know, you all been real quiet about your life works. I don't know if you've been really doing it. So put an emoji or shout out to me if you have been doing your life work. And let me look in here. Let's see what we're saying. Yes, thank you. Karen is one of my administrators. Michelle is one of our administrators. Trika is out of town. She's one of my administrators. So please hit the like button so YouTube can know that this is a video worth sharing. And thank you, Karen. She said your story is inspiring and encouraging. It's off the walls. Oh, encouragement is off the wall. Yes, that's why I do this. I love it. It's my makeup. When we did that I am, remember I am, God told me who I am. So I know I am a person who is meant to inspire, motivate, and heal. It is in my DNA. And so to hear that, it just brings me joy when you say I inspire you and I encourage you. Been thinking of the life work too while I clean. Yes. Everybody's busy. Everybody's on different time zones. So I honor you for being here today, but I'm going to make you work. Let's talk about that life work. Let's talk about that life work. Okay. So life work check-in. All right. I hope everybody did their life wheel. If you did not do your life wheel, you have to do it because our life work today is based on a life wheel. So we did this life wheel in day 1. So if you have your pen and paper, write that down. In day 1, we did our life wheel. And our life work at the end of the day today will be attached to this. So do you notice what I'm doing? Do you notice what I'm doing? I am making connections throughout all of our learning. So you can see this is just not randomly placed. These are like strategic things that are helping your life. And give me testimony. How has your life, your mindset, your emotions, how have they changed since you've been part of this group? Because I have heard some testimony, but put it in the chat if you don't mind sharing. How have these sessions changed your life? I like that idea, setting specific time to do life work. Oh, yes, that is a great idea. Like put it in like this time during the week is where I do my life work, period. Okay, so life work. And then to prepare for day 2, I told you to write the miracle question. Who wrote that miracle question? Did you do your life work? If you didn't, set some time today to do your life work, okay? This life work is more important than coming to this session. This is what happens in between the sessions. Remember I said Saturday to Saturday, we're going to be meeting and we're going to have fun, but the real work happens in between. So, and that's called life work. So if you are not doing your life work, you are not getting the full totality of the learning. So make sure you do your life work. So write that miracle question, all right? The next life work we had was for day 2 to get ready for day 3. You're supposed to do your bathroom affirmations. Give me an emoji if you have affirmations in your bathroom right now. Do you have affirmations in your bathroom? Because we did this. I showed y'all my affirmations on Instagram. Yes, I did. I showed y'all. It was on my mirror in my bathroom. Give me an emoji. Did you do your affirmations in your bathroom? If you didn't, do it today. Today is the day. Catch up on your life work. Did you do a vision board or area where you're putting the vision for your life in somewhere where you can see it every day? All right, I need you to do that. And did you take your personality test? Now, shame on you if you've been with me, you didn't take this test because I put it in our Facebook group. We went over in detail last week, the Enneagram personality test. I even said it's free, but you can pay for this. Okay, you can pay for the full total. It's like $20. So $20 is not a huge investment into your life, and you can save up $1 a day for 20 days and get the $20 report. What I'm noticing from you all is you're saying that the free report does not give you like your wing and your relationship. So if you want to invest in the full report, go ahead and invest in the full report. It's okay. It's okay. We have to spend time and money on ourselves. It is okay. It's okay to do that. And then lastly, we did I am statements. I am. And for some of you, this was easy, and some of you, this was hard. So I am going to recommend that you do your I am statements alone. Go somewhere quiet, no TV, no phone. Get quiet and do your I am statements. If this was really hard for you, you have to quiet yourself so you can do this. And for those of you who are new, this I am activity, you keep saying I am over and over again. You keep changing the statements and you go deeper and deeper about the statements. And some people can't go deep. Some people after saying I am 3 times, they say, that's it. And that's not deep enough. You have a lot of I am in you, and you have to learn how to bring it out. Okay, so that was all of our life work. We're all caught up now for day 4. So day 4's life work, which I gave you last week, I'm so excited, was you had to now think about change. Today we're talking about change. Write 3 things you will stop doing, 3 things you will start doing, and write the start date. And if you're in our Facebook group, I gave an example of what I put for myself, and that was real. That's real. Like I think I said I was going to stop procrastinating cleaning my bathroom. So I put that in there, and I put what I was going to start doing, and I put the start date. You were supposed to do this before today, y'all. Did y'all do this? Did y'all do this? I hope y'all did this. If you didn't, try to do it as we are here, because this is about change. This is you deciding to change. It's just a decision, y'all. Just make the decision to do it. So if you have not caught up on all of your life work, please catch up, because they all come together for your good. Okay? All right, y'all. All right. Let's see what y'all talking about in the chat. Karen says, I love the I am. If you want to go deep, try to do one I am statement weekly. Oh, that's such a great idea, Karen. And then Nidra saying, oh, I did this and it has helped me tremendously. Yay! All right. Simply Celeste. Hi, Simply Celeste. I don't think I've seen you on here before. Welcome. Simply Celeste says, so how many I am statements are we supposed to do? That's a good question. Do at least 10. Do at least 10. And they're supposed to be back to back. You're supposed to say, I am, and write what you hear. I am, write what you hear. I am, write what you hear. And do that like 10 times or more. Theodore Linda says, please add me to the Facebook group. Okay, Theodore Linda, I got you. I just added some administrators because I'm the only administrator, but I'm going to add you and anybody else who goes over there right now. Go over there so I can add you to the Facebook group. And the Facebook group is Success Saturdays. I do have another page called Lakishaloves2plan, but that's just where I post all my YouTube videos. But the Success Saturday group is for you on this call right now. And then Yvonne says, I found that I feel guilty when I say an I am that is positive about myself. That voice says, who do you think you are? Anyone else get that? Yes, Yvonne. That is a voice that we are all familiar with because we feel we are not worthy. We are not worthy. Or you may feel you're worthy, but you may feel guilty because you're not saying those I am statements about other people in your life, because you may be a number two. A number two, like we talked about in the Enneagram, they're very emotional and very caring and altruistic. So to do something for yourself makes you feel guilty. So what I would suggest is to not only do the I am statements for yourself, but also help someone else do their I am statements. So then you can have a conversation with someone and it won't feel like you're only thinking only about yourself if that's too hard for you to do. And Laurel, you say you can't find the group. All right, Laurel, we have to get you the group. I don't know. Michelle, can we put the link to the Facebook group in the chat? I don't know if we can do that. So, and I love that Michelle said, Yvonne say, I am the daughter of the one true king. That's right. We have to know that we are made from the ultimate creator created us. And we have in us part of the ultimate creator, God. So there's no guilt there. There should be no guilt there. Change your mindset. And speaking of changing your mindset, that's what we're supposed to be talking about today, y'all. Let's get to it. All right. So the first day we talked about vision. Last week we talked about X factor. Today we're talking about change, changing your mindset, changing your circumstances, changing your emotional state. You know, we are in a huge time of change. Isn't this fitting? Isn't this so fitting that we're talking about changing our lives in a time where change, the hope of change is so possible right now in our world with everything that's happening with Black Lives Matter and George Floyd. We are actually watching change manifest. It is a beautiful thing. And that's what I want you to get out of this session, that change is not bad. Change is beautiful, okay? Change is not bad, it's beautiful, okay? So let's start with change. So I wanted to tell you what bite means in this book. And I want you to write it down. Because life will not bite. You know what bite stands for? Bite stands for break you internally or take you out eternally. Change will not break you internally. It will not take you out externally. Change won't bite. Success won't bite. Okay? So you have to keep that in mind. That doesn't matter what risk you take or what change you take. You're not going to be taken out by it. You know, I took a Science of Happiness course. And one thing that course taught me is that humans are way more resilient than they think. You are powerful and you are way more resilient than you think. So we have to align your thinking up with your true resilience. We have to align that up. Because when that alignment happens, oh, baby, that change is very palatable and it's infectious. And do you see what's happening now? You see the infection happen, and the infection of the change that just spreads out into the world, and you're walking in your destiny that God put you in. All right, so that's what we're going to go to today. All right, so now that I have a lot of people on here, and thank you for staying, because I'm about to tell you some good stuff right now. Okay, I'm going to be playing a game with you. All right, so throughout this entire couple more minutes, I am going to be playing a change game with you. I am going to be changing some things about myself, like on this video, okay? I want to see who can notice all the changes that I'm going to be making. And then at the end of the video, I'm doing another giveaway, y'all. I'm doing another giveaway. And it's going to be to the person who can guess all of the changes. Isn't that fun? All right, because we're talking about change. I was like, we need a game about change. So this is a game about change. All right. So I'm going to be making little changes throughout this session. So pay close attention. And the person who puts in one answer all of those changes correctly first will get a giveaway prize. And I'm excited about the giveaway. All right. Nita said, yeah, let's go. All right. All right. So here we go. How do you think money feels about change? This is a real $20 bill, y'all, out of my pocketbook. Okay. How do you think money feels about change? Can anybody put that in the chat? So I do the cash envelope system. I don't know if you all are familiar with that, but it's when you take your money and divvy it up in envelopes. And once you put it in an envelope and spin it up, it's all gone. So this is my beauty envelope. So I got, only got one little dollar left in it. I got $1 left in my beauty envelope. So, and I'm constantly making change. But how does money feel about change? What do you think? Do you think change is necessary? I mean, we make change all the time. When we go to the store and we go to the cash register, we're like, can I have a change for a 20 or whatever? How do you think money feels? Because you're constantly changing it, right? But it's necessary to change it because we have to exchange goods. We have to change. Change is necessary, all right? And money, maybe money feels change is universal, all right? And universal means everywhere. Everywhere you go in the world, you're going to see people making change. And so I hope you're getting where I'm going. You see change happening everywhere around the world. People make change with money, $20. Give me change for that. Give me change for that. Give me coins. Give me everything. Give me some change. All right. So change is necessary. Change is universal. Maybe that's how money feels. And maybe money feels that, you know what, change is constant. Maybe money is sick of being changed all the time. Because this 20 can be changed into 21s. It can be changed into 4 5s. How do you think money feels about change? Right? So Nisha said money feels it's necessary depending on the situation. Change is necessary depending on the situation. Change is a constant factor in our lives, Karen said. Change is constant. You all got it. The same way that money is necessary, universal, and constant, change is necessary, universal, and constant. I hope you wrote that down because we're going to talk about change. All right. So I did a little searching about and researching about like change and what it is and how it happens. But I want you to walk away knowing something about change. We have to take a new attitude towards change. We have to change our brains about change. And so I did some research and I noticed some things about our brain. Our brain responds to change in a very unique way. It is like our brain is 3 brains in one. Our brain is 3 brains in one. So let's start with this part of the brain. This part of the brain is and let me get my glasses. This part of the brain is your primitive brain. It's your impulsive brain. It is the oldest part of yourself. It's very old. This is like the fight or flight. Like if you get scared and you jump, that's just the impulsive part of your brain. And if you know anybody who needs this session, please invite them. Invite them. We need to invite other people, y'all. So if you have friends, go ahead and text them, tell them to come on in the room. Tell them to come on in the room. Impulsive. This part of our brain is our social emotional, the limbic. The limbic part of the brain, I don't know if you can see that, is social emotional. And this is where we think about our socialness. It says hunter-gatherer, but this is really like, where do we fit in socially? What do we believe in socially? And emotionally, how do we handle things? So our brain is impulsive. Our brain is social emotional. And our brain is also adaptable and self-regulating. This part of the brain is called the cortex. It is the part, and it's the front part right here. So touch the front part of your brain. Touch the front part of your brain. This part of your brain is very important when it comes to change, y'all. This is the adaptable, self-regulating part of your brain. It helps you focus, have attention. It helps you with self-control. It helps you with compassion and free will. Free will. It helps you make your decisions. It helps you plan new things. It helps you with judgment. So touch your brain right here. This part of your brain is the change part of your brain. All right. So we're going to be talking about that. So what I read about the brain is that it's a protector. So your brain remembers stuff and it protects you from change. Actually, when your brain feels changing, your brain gets triggered. It gets anxiety. It doesn't want things to change. It wants everything to stay the same. It's like a guard dog. Your brain is your guard dog from change. Now, in some cases, that's positive. But in other cases, like when you're trying to change for the better, it could be sort of not good because you deprive yourself of positive changes. That's when it becomes bad. So that's the type of change we're talking about today. We're talking about the type of change necessary to make your life better that you're scared to make. Okay? So keep that in mind. This is where change happens. So we're going to train this guard dog. Your brain is your guard dog. Write that in your notes. Your brain is your guard dog. And so that's your brain. Guard Chihuahua on duty. That is how your brain is. Your brain does not want you to have any change. Your brain is your guard dog. But we have to train our brain to manage change. And that is the good news. The good news is that research says that your brain can be changed. I wanted to give you an example myself of change in my life. I walked in fear for a very, very long time. And you know, being afraid of not being perfect was a real thing. So I am a former teacher and a former principal of a school. And when I became a principal, my first year, I walked in so much fear. But I had to train my guard dog brain to overcome that fear. But it wasn't easy. Change is hard. It wasn't easy. So I had to do some things for me, guilt-free, Yvonne, guilt-free, to help me change my mindset about taking on such a monumental job and having such monumental responsibilities. I had to train my brain. I had to use this part because that impulse and that social part try to take over this part of your brain. So when you are fighting change, you're fighting that guard dog in your brain. All right. So take out your pen and paper now because I want you to take some notes on a couple of things. Let's go back to this one. We have to teach your brain that is an old dog some new tricks. Okay, let's teach your brain that's an old dog some new tricks. So with change, I want you to understand that you need to welcome change. And I put this because I have this little cute little thing for your brain. Okay, so I want you to know, write this down in your notes, that you need to welcome change. All right, welcome change. You also need to disrupt negative change. All right. So if you are in a state of change that's too negative, you have to learn how to disrupt it. And we're going to go over some strategies to do these things. Okay. You need to reinvent change. If you think change is negative, we need to reinvent and make it positive. What's happening in this world with Black Lives Matter? It's a storm happening, right? It's a storm. But that storm is necessary to reinvent the change that needs to happen, okay? So you need to reinvent the change. And this next one is hard for y'all. You need to just accept change. Because what do we say about money? We said change is necessary, right? Change is constant and change is universal. So you have to know that change is part of our lives. When you wake up, you're going to have some change happen. It is part of the day and the night. It's change. It's always there. Accept it. Accept it. You have to embrace it. Embrace it. Say, okay, I'm going through these changes in my life. Stuff is not happening right now, but I'm going to stay in the moment and I'm going to embrace this change. Change is necessary in my life. So And change is temporary. I don't even have that right here. Change is temporary. In my Science of Happiness class and in the Bible, it says that joy comes in the morning. That means that change is temporary. It doesn't last long. In our brains, that impulse, that social is saying that this change is, this horribleness that's happening to me right now is never going to change. My marriage being horrible is never going to change. My job situation is never going to change. My financial situation is never going to change. That's what these two are saying, because that is your guard dog. Your guard dog, right, Michelle? Change is inevitable. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. So we might as well use this part of our brain to adapt, to self-regulate, to use our creative God-given power to address change, because it's coming. It's here, and it's not going anywhere. So we need to confront change. All right. When my brain was telling me that I wasn't enough, I had to confront change. And I confronted change with some of the stuff that I was sharing with you earlier. Your life work. When I thought I wasn't good enough, I would put sticky notes on my mirror and say, I am good enough. I had to confront that. When I thought my life was out of control financially, I had to make a vision board about my finances. I had to put money on my vision board. I had to put money on my vision board and say, money cometh. Money cometh. Okay? So I had to confront change. So these are the things necessary to manage change. Remember, I'm going to be using manage a lot. It's not to get rid of bad stuff. Bad stuff is part of life. It's not to get rid of mental and emotional hurt and pain. The pain is necessary. You can't be successful without pain. Did you know that? Nobody on this earth is successful because their life was totally easy. In fact, the most successful people have done the work. So when you see people who are successful and it looks easy, just know that they have done the work. And it looks easy, but they probably had a hard time than most people in the world. When people look at me and they find out how I grew up and what I had to go through and the trauma I had to go through as a child, they don't believe it. But you have to believe that people who have found this formula, they use it over and over and over again, but to become so natural, it looks easy. If you see a successful person, they manage their change. Okay. So I just want you to know that successful people are, they just got it easy. Wait, do you know their story? Do you know their story? Because most of them have a story. I heard Jay-Z said, there's no success without failure. You cannot be successful without failure. So what is his mindset about change, about failure? What is his mindset? All right. So now I want you to take your paper, pencil and paper out, because we're going to take some notes. We're going to talk about change. Change is two things. Change is painful. Oh, let me use my thing. Change is painful and change is good. All right. So put in the chat, how do you think change is painful? Give me one word that describes change when it's painful. Give me one word. What's one word? Put it in the chat. What's one word that describes change as painful? I'm gonna put what I'm gonna put on here. Why is change painful? Because of the fear of unknown. Our brain, that guard dog of a brain of yours, gets a trigger when something happens that is, pain, uncomfortable, tough, lost. Yes, change, it feels like loss. and it feels like I'm lost, and it feels uncomfortable. And why does it feel those things? Because your brain is scared. Your brain is scared. That impulse and that social is scared. It is the fear of the unknown. And then when we fear the unknown, what do? I got to cover this up, y'all. Sorry. We make what if statements. Now, let me talk about this what if statement right here, y'all. This what if statement. Do you know that this can go on for eternity? Some of you do this. What if that happens? How am I gonna feel? What if a bus coming and hit me while I'm walking down the street? What if I tell my boss how I'm feeling and they fire me? What if I pay all my bills and then I won't have anything to eat? What if something bad happens to me as I'm driving and I fall off the bridge? What if? You can say what ifs for a lifetime. That is coming out of that fight or flight part of your brain. Stop it. You got to fight that, y'all. Y'all got to fight that. Stop. Don't say what if statements. Just don't say what if statements, y'all. Okay? Don't say them. Okay? All right. Jeez. Change is overwhelming and uncertain. It's painful because we're out of control. Oh, let's simmer in this one right here. All of you people who like to be in control, those number 8s, those number 1s, those number 2s, all the numbers, okay? All y'all that like to be in control. Change is painful because you feel like you have no control of things. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And so you start to try to control stuff. I want you to stop that. You need to pause for a moment before you try to control stuff. Okay? Stop controlling. Yes. It's okay, number 1s, Crystal. It's okay, number 1s, not to be in control of everything when stuff is changing. It's all right because we're resilient. We'll get over it. And guess what? Change, y'all. It's just plain hard. It's just plain hard. It is one of those things in life that is just really, really hard. Just period. There's no way around it. There's no easy thing about change unless it's something that you are in control of and that you want. Then that's easy. But I'm not talking about that kind of change. I'm talking about the change you need to make your life into what it needs to be. Okay? So it's just plain hard. All right. So then change is painful, but it's also good. Woo, this is the good part. We about to get to the good part, y'all. We about to get to the good part. Change is also good. Why? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Tell me, why is change good for you? Think about it. How can change be good? How can change be good? I'm going to start it off because I've been saying it already. It builds your resilience. It builds your resilience. People who have experienced a lot of change, trauma, failure, and overcame it, it's that inner strength that just keeps building and building and building. And you got to lean on that side. You got to lean into that resilience and don't lean into that fear. Lean into your resilience. Do not lead into your fear. When that change happens, get puffed up. Puff yourself up with that resilience that you're going to get through this. You are going to get through it. It is temporary. Change is always temporary. How is change good? It proves you can overcome. That's confirmation, y'all. That's confirmation. Change is confirmation for you. So without it, you won't have confirmation. Change is necessary. Change is universal. Change is constant. Guess what else change does? It shifts your mindset about things. So I'm married. I have been married for about, I think it's almost 22 years. It's been a long time, y'all. But my husband and I, we haven't always had a great relationship. Our relationship went through a very tumultuous time. And I had to shift my mindset about my husband and about myself in the relationship in order to change. And I used to pray. I'd be like, Lord, change him, Lord. Lord, rebuke him, Lord. Lord, change my husband, Lord. But you know what? While I was praying one day in the shower, telling God what to do, trying to be in control, operating on my fear, you know what God said to me? He said, you need to change yourself. And I stopped in the middle of my prayer. I was like, wait a minute. I got to change myself in this relationship, even though he's doing all the stuff that's wrong. And he's like, yeah. So in that moment, all by myself in the shower, praying hard, y'all, praying hard, I realized that I was praying for the wrong person. I had to pray for myself. I had to shift my mindset. And when I did, oh, baby, it started to turn. It started to turn. It started to turn. And I started to embrace the change and work with the change and accept the change. All right? Change is good because it increases wisdom. The more you change, the more wise you get. Do you know the older we get, the harder it is to change? But also the older we get, the wiser we get because of change. It's just very complex. Change makes you confident. It makes you strong and confident. It makes you brave. It gives you courage. To confront change gives you courage and it makes you brave. And guess what, y'all? Change, it just plain old makes you better. So change is hard, but it also makes you better. So I hope you all were able to write all of those down. And I want you to go back to these notes when you're experiencing change that hurts. When you're experiencing failure, upset, distress, uncomfortableness, go back to this list and remind yourself to lean in on your resilience and lean away from your fear. All right? All right, you like that? All right, give me an emoji if you're still with me. If you're still with me, because it's been kind of quiet, give me an emoji if you're still with me. Now, how are we going to be resilient with our change? We got to train our brains. We got to train our brains, okay? Karen said the good or change outweighs the painfulness of the change. Yes, exactly. When you lean into the good, you really don't feel that fear goes away because you start being brave. You know, you start being confident. So it diminishes that fear when you are resilient and brave. Yes. So we're going to train our brains. All right. So on your sheet of paper, get your paper out. Get your paper out. I want you to write these 3 things down. And these are in the chapter as well. So you can read the book too. I want you to make make 3 squares on your paper, y'all. Make the 3 squares. Thank you, Theodolinda. If you're with me, if you're ready to write, put the emojis in the chat. Keisha said, I missed last week trying to catch up. I'm here. All right. Hi, Keisha. So glad you made it. All right, so I want to go back to my my change envelope. All right, so this change envelope is going to symbolize all the things you're going to keep in your change envelope and pull it out when you go through change that you don't like. I want you to think about you have a cash envelope that you're going to pull out when your brain is starting to be a guard dog and making you feel bad about change, I want you to pull out that cash envelope, okay? Put these in your cash envelope, your metaphorical cash envelope. Your change, I'm gonna call it your change envelope. Let's call this your change envelope, all right? So this is what you're gonna put in your change envelope, all right? This is your change envelope. So do you have these 3 boxes? Did you write the word necessary, universal, and constant? Change. This is your storyboard. We're going to call this a storyboard. And if you don't know what a storyboard is, it's like when people make movies or when they make videos, they record each step in little storyboards. And so the storyboards look like this. And then they have written at the bottom what is happening in the scene. So think of these as scenes. And at the bottom is what's happening in each scene. So this is the storyboard of your life. This is the storyboard of your life. So first thing is change is necessary. And these are all necessary things. You need food, you need shelter, you need water. Okay, you need to be creative here. All right. Those are necessary things. Change is necessary. Why? It challenges us to be better. Change challenges us to be better. So what can we do? What are some things we can do to challenge ourselves to be better? Write these down. I'm about to pull it out. Let you know. All right. So can you see that? You can grow and learn. And I also have read here. They're one and the same. You know that a lot of people don't read after they graduate from high school. I mean, I'm talking about like reading like books, like whole books. Most people don't read. So if you're a reader, you're in the minority. Reading helps you, be able to withstand the challenges. It is your practice for making things better. Rediscovery of yourself. Like Yvonne said, she said, I feel guilty. Yvonne, rediscover yourself and think about that guilt. Confront that guilt. Why do I feel guilty? And then rediscover yourself and understand that you are a child of God and that you can give to others and give to yourself. It could be a proper balance. You can practice overcoming change. When you feel failure, when you feel negativity, when you feel hurt, practice overcoming change. Use those resilient practices. Exercise. My sister Nidra is on here and she loves to exercise. I mean, it's like exercise for a lot of people are like a life or death situation. And some people, they just don't do it at all. But exercising your body brings your blood circulating through all of your organs, through your brain, and it really increases your stamina to withstand change and hard times. And then eating healthy. So make a decision to eat healthy because guess what? What happens in our brain happens in our body. So when your brain is upset and hurt and has that fight or flight, it reacts in your body. You start getting sick. So let's prepare for that by eating healthy, exercising, practicing, reading, rediscovering ourselves and growing. All right. I hope you had that. The next storyboard is change is universal. Hold on, I dropped my thing. Change is universal. Okay. And I have this tree here with roots because change is the root of the world. The world goes around and around. The world has day and night. The world is a big ball of change. It's universal. Everybody goes through. You are not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. You're not alone when you go through failure, when you go through hard times. You are never alone because guess what? Everybody in the world goes through it. All right. So how do we handle that? This is how we handle it. You have to lean into your beliefs. What do you believe in? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in self-love? Do you believe in the power of community? What do you believe in? And then another good practice is meditation. Meditation. Getting quiet, like I said earlier. Get quiet with yourself. Just sit there and breathe and get quiet and relieve your brain of all of those negative thoughts. Relieve your brain of all those negative thoughts. Music. Oh my goodness. Music. You know, when I was preparing for this today, I was like, Lord, I really want to get them a really comprehensive understanding of change. So I started to listen to gospel music about change. And that really put me in a mindset of what I need to do. Music. Going out in nature. Standing outside in the grass. Take your shoes off in the grass. Or just go outside with some socks on and just walk. And close your eyes, listen to the birds. And then intentional isolation. We're in a pandemic and we're isolated, but we're isolated with people in the house. I don't know if I had something on my teeth. Yeah, that's it. I don't know how to get on there. Sorry, y'all. We're isolated in the house with other people, but we need to be by ourselves sometimes. You need to get by yourself. Some people can't handle being by themselves. It's too much for them. Okay? But you need to practice being by yourself. And then lastly, change is constant. Why do I keep getting this stuff on my teeth? I'm sorry, y'all. This is just a mess. Okay. I don't know what's happening with this never happened. This is supposed to be good lipstick. I'm so sorry, y'all. All right, let me know if I get any more lipstick on my teeth, y'all. I'm serious because I'm trying to teach it. I'm like, wait a minute, what's that on? All right. Okay. Constant. Change is constant. You see that drip? That constant drip. 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 And sometimes life feels like that. This goes wrong and that goes wrong and there you go. And you hear that saying, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. That's nothing but somebody saying change is constant. It keeps happening over and over and over. But what does it do? It humbles us. It lets us know that it's okay not to be in control all the time. It's okay not to have the answers all the time. It's okay. And so what can we do to strengthen ourselves when change becomes so constant, we feel like we just can't take it anymore? Let's talk about those positive inner words. I talked about this in chapter 2, and we did our affirmations. Speaking life into yourself is so important. Friends and family, getting around friends and family. This success circle we're in right now is part of that change management system that you can put in place. Talk to somebody. Let them know how you feel, a trusted friend. Listen to positive messages. So I listen to sermons, but you can listen to podcasts. You can listen to a good movie, because there's good positive messages in movies. Listen to the positive messages. And just have fun and adventure and just disrupt your life. When change is constant and things are constantly coming, put a disruption in there, okay? Go to an amusement park. Well, make sure you social distance. Pick up a new hobby. Learn how to play the piano. Just start doing jumping jacks. I don't know. Put a disruption in there and have some fun. And lastly, honor your story. At the beginning of this, I told you my story about my life, and my sister's here, so she grew up right along with me, how we grew up in we struggled. Sometimes we didn't know where our food was coming from. Sometimes the only thing we had was one thing in the house. I remember, my sister's on here. I remember one time, my mom, all we had in the house was pancakes, and we would have to eat pancakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Pancakes. And then when you didn't have syrup, y'all know you use jelly or honey or whatever you have sweet, you would put on the pancakes. And now, as I am consider myself blessed, and I have my 4 children, and I cook for them, and I cook them pancakes sometimes, and they really love pancakes. And when I think about pancakes, I don't think about pancakes negatively. I think of pancakes as a symbol of the resilience of my mom, who did not have a lot, had 7 children, and made sure we were fed every day. It doesn't matter if it was pancakes with honey on it, jelly, syrup. It didn't matter, because the love in the fact that she was cooking for us. Every time we were hungry, that love was there. And every time I cook pancakes for my kids, I want them to feel that same love I felt when all we had to eat was pancakes. So honor your story. Honor your story. Tell your story. Don't feel guilty. A wise woman told me one time to always tell your story. Tell your story, because your story of change will spark inspiration of somebody to tell their story of change. And that ripple effect, that butterfly effect, that paying it forward will become a massive movement like we're seeing today. Thank God somebody was filming George Floyd's murder, and his story was able to be told. And because his story was able to be told, we are experiencing change. And that change is dangerous. It's scary. It's uncertain. That's that fear. But that change is also good. He had to die for the whole world to see and understand what we as Black people have been going through and trying to tell people for centuries in this country. So when I say that we are resilient, and don't let failure and hurt and disappointment, and don't let it wreck your brain. Your brain is protecting you. But at the same time, we need to train our brain to embrace change so we can move forward. You have superpowers. You have superpowers. And when you manage that change, you defeat super problems for others and for yourself. You have superpowers to change super problems. That's what change is. It's necessary. It's universal. It's constant. And we can manage it. It's beautiful. All right. Woo! I had to give myself a hand clap on that one. Woo, that was a tough topic. So you do have life work from this on, and I hope you got the message of change today. I talked about changing money. We talked about how to manage change, what some specific things we can do to manage change, and how change is not necessarily bad. It's a good thing. It helps you move forward. So today, here's your life work. Next week, we are going to be working with our expectations. All right, so let me go back to here. E, we're going to be thinking higher. So come back next week. We're going to talk about how do we think higher. So you said that you have a vision for your life. We're going to take that up higher. How do you go higher? You said you want to be in a better relationship, but let's take that up higher. What do you mean a better relationship? What does that mean? You said you want to make more money, but let's take that up higher. Make more money. Why? What are you going to contribute to society? Okay? We're going to do that next week. So our life work is going to prepare us for next week. I want you to draw an expectation, and it's right here. Draw something you expect to happen that seems impossible in this box. Draw something you expect to happen that seems impossible in this box. Okay? And then you're going to, once you draw it, you're going to focus and speak to the drawing every day next week. And you're going to notice any changes or differences because of it. Okay? So you're going to draw something that you have an expectation about that you think, that might not happen. Draw it in here. And then focus and speak on it all next week and see if you notice any change in you or any change in your circumstances because of doing this. All right. So I'm trying to train your brain. Where's my guard dog? Because that brain is your guard dog. I love that little chihuahua. This is going to help train your brain, your guard dog of a brain. Okay. So screenshot. Click. You got it? All right, good. Here comes the fun part. I say, here comes the fun part. I want to do a giveaway. Thank you so much for staying with me. This was a good time, y'all. I enjoyed you today. And I'm missing what people are saying in the chat. Oh, thank you for putting the link to the Facebook group. Nidra says, yes, I remember our mom sending me to the ice cream truck for groceries with no money, with a promise to pay later. We had candy, bread, milk, and cereal, but we ate. Yep, that's my sister, y'all. She knows. That's my credibility right there. My sister's on here. She knows how we grew up. Yes. And guess what? She's doing well. She has her family. I'm doing well. I'm having our family. We're resilient. We get over our change. So I'm giving a giveaway. All right, here's the giveaway, y'all. Michelle is going to capture this for me, okay? Michelle is going to monitor. I want you to right now in the chat, did you notice anything that I was changing as I was talking? I was changing some things as I was talking. Did you notice? Okay, I want you to write everything that you saw that I changed in the chat, but you can't put it in multiple chats. You need to put it all in one comment. Put it all in one comment. The first person that puts in the most or all of the things that I have changed, you will win the giveaway today. And I'll tell you what that is in a minute. So I'll wait. Boom, boom. All right, let's see. All right. Money, ruler, cash envelope, pen, bracelets, Linda. Okay. Yvonne said glasses, bangle, ruler. Karen says ruler, eyeglasses, cash envelope, jewelry. Crystal says money, ruler, envelope, pen, glasses, bracelet. All right. So let me see. I want to tell you. So Michelle, monitor the chat, Michelle. I'm going to tell everybody all the changes so you'll know. I see some people have them right. All right. I was changing my ruler. I was using 2 rulers and I kept swapping them out. So that's one change. So if you have that, I changed my pointer or my ruler. That's a change. I was changing my bangles or my bracelet. I had this one on and then I changed to this one. I was going back and forth with these 2. So if you said bangles, bracelet, jewelry, Michelle, that counts. Okay. I did. Someone says I changed the money. I did. When I first showed this, I showed it with a $20 bill. And then when I showed it again, I had the 5. So I changed the money on here. Okay. And I also changed this. I used this pen at one point. That was a change. And yes, I changed my glasses. I had these on. And then I had these on. And lastly, I changed the envelopes. Oh, wait. Yeah, I changed the envelopes. So I used the beauty envelope in the beginning, and then I changed to the gift envelope. Nita said, oh, you real smooth. All right, so how many changes is that? There's envelopes 1, glasses 2, jewelry 3, money 4, pointers 5, and the pen 6. That's 6. So Michelle, if you can find out who put that in the chat first, the pen, pointers, glasses, envelopes, money. So Michelle's gonna look, guys, and she's gonna let me know because I really wasn't paying attention to the chat. How y'all doing out there? Y'all feeling good? Y'all paid attention. I am impressed with y'all. Y'all got this stuff right. That's why we have to say the first person who noticed, because a lot of you all notice like everything. Oh, Yvonne said you didn't notice the envelope. She didn't notice the envelope. Theodore Linda. Oh, okay. Theodore Linda got most of them first. Congratulations. Yay, Theodore Linda. You did an excellent job. Congratulations. All right. So Theodore Linda, I work with a budget system called the Budget Mom, and I love her system. She has like planners and budget things, and she has cash envelopes. So Theodore Linda, I am sending you a digital version of these cash envelopes so you can work with the Budget Mom system and you can turn your change into more coins and use the cash envelope system for your finances. Woohoo! So you get a free Budget Mom set of these envelopes. Now, these envelopes are really cool. See how I have blue beauty here? Theodore Linda, I'm going to send you the digital version. You can change the name. So if you don't like beauty and gifts, you can change this to like why can't I think of anything? Like gas. You can change this to gas if you want. So you can change what these are. I'm going to send it to you digitally. And then on the back, you can track. You see my one little dollar in there. You can track your balance and date right here on the back of the envelopes. And what I do, I can show you what I do, is I have an envelope planner that I keep the budget envelopes in. So see how all my envelopes, I have fun, food, go wild. See, that was written in. And that says miscellaneous. So Crystal shared these with me. Crystal's on here. Shout out to Crystal. She shared these with me. And now Theodore Linda, I'm passing it on, Butterfly Effect, and I'm sharing it with you. So congratulations, Theodore Linda. Please DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram, Theodore Linda, so I can get your information and get you these envelopes. Congratulations on that. All right. Woo! This was an amazing Saturday. So I hope you had fun. Thank you for being here. We're going to talk about expectations next week. Next week, bring a friend. Bring somebody with you, okay? We need to invite other people into our circle, and also pay attention to the Facebook group, because I'm going to be putting some stuff in the Facebook group. I try to post one time a day in there. So sometimes I'm going to put a quote, music. I might ask you a question. I might ask you about your life work, because you got to do your life work. But I'm going to ask you about that. Such a great time today. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Embrace change, and I will see you on our next session. All right, everybody. I love y'all so much. Talk to you later. Bye, friends.